The new moon is like right around the corner, and my whole system is fired up over that. My name is Jen Marie. I am a full time oracle in an international coven of witches, and I create this space so that we can have an example, an example that we are a lot more connected than we have been made to believe. I'm also, I always forget, an initiated high priestess, sorceress of chaos, and witchborn of shadow. I have mentioned and have been mentioning in the last few days because we do this divination ceremony every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the new moon is like right around the corner, and my whole system is fired up over that. So I tend to be like go on rants when I do things like this. It's everything that I can do just to get present because of how much is coming through right now. It's very exciting. It's very exciting stuff, like all of the things. But it's a lot to the point where I'm like trembling even every time I get on like a microphone or start talking. Blah, it all comes out. Okay. Yay, eclipse season. On that note, you've been warned. Let's get into it. Amy asked me if I was still considering doing a look at the year ahead. Oh man, I've been ranting about it for the last couple of months. I fully believe with all of my everything that come summertime, we will be celebrating. And our relationship with allowing discomfort in our lives is going to be the depth in which we are celebrating, right? The more willing you are to be uncomfortable, the more we are going to celebrate. We're not asking how to get the X back. We're not asking how to further entrench ourselves in a system that benefits from the subjugation of others. So what I'm getting right now is same thing that like tied into what I've been talking about for the last couple of months is you have a choice to make. And as we enter into eclipse season, even in order for you to manifest the life of your dreams, you've got to know what that looks like, right? You got to know what you want. And a lot of us don't actually allow ourselves to consider those things, or we keep them small because we don't want to like disappoint ourselves if it doesn't happen. That needs to stop for one. Like you're cutting yourself off at the knees. I'm going off quest a little bit. Well, actually, it's a heavily nuanced subject. So, anywho, you're getting a lot of information right now in preparation for this new moon coming up. What do you want to wish for? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to bring into this like brand new life, brand new beginning? And so you know that you have this choice. You can feel it. It's uncomfortable, this unsteadiness. And sometimes getting a lot of information, especially information that you don't necessarily want, can be really overstimulating, overwhelming. It can overwhelm your system. And a lot of us, in response to that, just shut down. I'm not going to make the decision at all. I can't make a decision. I'm overstimulated. I'm overwhelmed. But this card is saying, yes, and. Yes, and. Yes, you are overstimulated. Yes, this is a lot. Yes, this might not be exactly what you thought you wanted to hear. You have to make a decision. Now is that time. So my advice for this particular card on this day at this time is to set aside 15 minutes of your very busy, very full schedule. I understand there's a lot going on. 15 minutes, prioritize just a moment to calm your nervous system for a bit, do that 3 deep breaths thing, and allow yourself to imagine what is exciting for you to engage with. What kind of life do you want to engage with, right? What is exciting? Traveling the world, building a blah, blah, like whatever it is, anything. What is it, right? And bonus points if it isn't monetarily like focused, right? I want to have $1 million, right? You're bottlenecking the universe's ability to show up for you if you say, this is the only way that it can show up for me. All right. Just allow yourself to openly dream. What do you what kind of life would you be proud to engage with? And let yourself imagine it. Okay. Take away all of the advice of other people and the influence of other people. If no one else you didn't have to make any considerations, right? You just did the thing that you wanted to do so badly. What would that be? Okay. This exercise for a lot of you will have a lot of guilt and shame coming up. A lot of this, like taking responsibility for other people's like emotional processing or other people's journey in some way. And you're like hell bent on being the side character. Anyway, I warned you guys. If you don't remember what we were talking about yesterday, what the reading was, it is posted to our Big Red Play Button account at Bright and Dark Center. You can also find it in our app space. Anywho, it was focused on our relationships and considering our relationships, the non-romantic relationships, right? Broadening our perspective on what partnerships can look like, right? And so with this card coming up, this card in many ways, it represents that home life, the like community, our relationship with home, and the relationships that are within our home. Okay. When we think about home, in many ways, that is our launching pad, our sacred space, the place that we can rehabilitate from the sensory overload and overwhelm that is often our outside of the home experiences, right? Now you have a decision to make, but you're not considering your home environment in that decision. You're resistant to really looking at the relationships that are best to invest in and the relationships that are kind of holding you back or adversely influencing that home environment. Does that make sense? The next couple of days are a great time to clean your home, to get ready for this upcoming solar eclipse. But this is saying, look at your home. And do you have fulfilling relationships close to you? What's going on there? Okay, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what decision you have to make because that is not my job. That is your job. right? No one else is going to be able to tell you what your path looks like. That's something that comes from inside of you. That's your curiosity. That is your excitement. That's how you find your path. I can't tell you what you're excited about. I mean, I could, but I have a very busy day today at Bright and Dark Center at our International Resource Center. We have SAS today. SAS is a spirituality and support symposium. It's later on this afternoon. If you're like, oh, what is that? Go to the app space, go to the events and see all of the public free things that the Unbound offer you for connection. Like so many things. SAS is one. If you're like, hey, I would love to hang out with a whole bunch of witches and learn from perspectives from all over the world, that's where you want to go. For sure. And then the guild, the Spellcrafters Guild, has a meeting today where, because I'm doing this live book reading, I'm reading the Grimoire that I wrote live, the first and second Wednesday of every month. I'm reading until we get through it. And then the guild gets together and we really dive into what I was talking about. And I'm so stoked about what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're in the guild, like, dude, I cannot wait to talk to you. Okay. That is our reading for the day. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll do this again.